Right, we are live. It is 10:30 on the dot, hopefully. And welcome, Social Media Mastery Challenge. Okay, so what this is about now is 3 days of lives. And I'm going to be doing them at 10:30 a.m. every morning. And they're going to be about 15 minutes long. So interaction is going to be really, really important. And I obviously know that there ain't going to be many people watching right now. But hopefully during the procession of these 3 days coming up, there's going to be some sort of interaction, some sort of interest, and there might be a little bit of a build up, and hopefully others will come on board as the days go by. So this first one is about 5 foods that will help with your cognitive health. Now, this isn't mental health. This is about your cognition. So how foods can improve the way that your mind, your brain functions and you work. So we got 5 foods that can really help that. And there's a little bit of cheekiness in there because I might throw in one more, and one may not look like or hear, you might not hear it and be like a food, but it's integrated. It's all intertwined within that. So the first one, get this right out of the way straight away. Fatty fish. Almost forgot the first one. So fatty fish. So think about salmon. Think about trout. Think about sardines, herring. Think about halibut. I said trout. Some tuna in that as well. And if you catch this right now, then put it in your comments. If you catch this after, put in the comments about your fatty fish, your sea bass, you see bream. So there's loads of fatty fish all around, and we just normally kind of funnel our attention towards the salmon, but there is many, many more. Mackerel, if I didn't say that, I don't know. Charlie, how you doing? So this is about 5 foods to help that cognition, right? So it's not about mental health, it's all about cognition. So why fatty fish really, really important? Because they have this fat called EHA and DHA, right? And they're long abbreviations as well, which I'm not going to go into because it's really embarrassing when I get it all wrong. So you got to know that we have omega-6, omega-3, omega-9s, right? And within this country, like the Western society, 6s are massive. And they don't offer you the EHA and the DHA, which is basically that fat that really helps the cognitive, right? Now that works with zinc as well. So when you have your DHA, that can only work with your zinc, which is involved into it, which is involved in the foods, in the fatty fish as well. So you've got what's called a blood-brain barrier, and those little micro minerals, they help that fatty kind of nutrient go into that brain and start making it like function better. So fatty fish is going to be your friend as well. Scientifically proven regarding the amount, then you could be looking at around 2, I think there was studies saying that 2 servings per week and you're good to go, like really helping your cognitive health as well. So I'm going to be looking down because I've got some notes as well. So just tell you that, you know, this is a live, so nothing's going to go as perfect as it wishes to go. So if you're there, hi, okay? Just send me that hi, and just feed in the questions as well, because I've got this content to get in, and then with that, I'm normally long form anyway, so it's going to go way over 15, but I don't want it to go way over 15, but just in case that you want to ask something and I can answer it right here on the live, then please hit me up with the questions. Right, so how would you cook that fish as well? That's really, really important as well. So we don't want it fried or anything like that because it denatures. So what we need to do is kind of oven, steam it, grill it, yeah, barbecue it. Really, really good properties that will keep that EHA and that DHA go in and really, really help your mind function better. You know, because your brain, right, 60% of your brain is made out of fat. So what would be the best thing to provide it with? It's going to be fat. Don't be scared of fat. Fat is your friend, okay? So just remember that. Fat is your friend. So the next one that we're going to move to is coffee. And this is the cheeky one because it's not exactly a food, but coffee has the caffeine in it. And it has what's called antioxidants inside of it. Now, antioxidants, if you can think about the actual word and break it down, so you've got an anti, so against, and then you've got oxygen, against oxygen, right? So what caffeine does is when you ingest it, right, it's got the antioxidant. So in the air is polluted, and what we call the bacteria in the air is free radicals. So they're very radical. Yeah, they're crazy. They get in and they'll do some damage to your body, right? So we don't want them to do damage, but what they do, they run on oxygen. So those free radicals, they go in, and then once they go in, then your antioxidant defense system is protecting yourself because they're anti the oxygen. So the more coffee, the more caffeine that is there with those beautiful antioxidants, the army, then that's going to help you out as well. What it also does, it improves your mood as well. So everyone that knows anything about being healthy in the brain, cognitively healthy, is about improving your mood, being not necessarily always happy, but there is optimistic, there's opportunistic, there is so many factors that come involved when we are trying to progress forward, and we don't want nothing to kind of hold us back or procrastinate us, and a real unhealthy mindset will do that. So we need to anchor it down in regards to you understanding what you can put in there to move you forward. Right, so coffee sharpens the concentration as well, so everything is brain. Then we've got blueberries. Now blueberries is a fruit, right? And if you can just imagine blueberries now, colorful, like vibrant. Now that vibrancy goes into your body, makes your body really vibrant, but it's coming from a fruit, which is plant. So what they're categorized, they've got phytonutrients. Now phytonutrients is plant based, so everything that's within that plant is going to go within that body and really help your cognitive function, because this is all about cognitive. I was going to say body, but it runs on the same kind of line as that. So you've got blueberries as well that really help you because of their phytonutrient properties and all the minerals and the vitamins that they've got inside of them as well. So I'm going to move on now, right? So if I'm going too fast, forgive me. I've got 15 minutes to make this work, and it's a live, and we don't know where we're going with a live, and I just want to get as much information out there as possible, because when you're in the fitness industry, when you're in the fitness sector, and especially being a personal trainer, all you want to do is over deliver. And that's kind of our downfall, if you will, so we got to put the brakes on that. We can't really always be giving and giving, because we're going to run out of fumes, So I know I speak quite wild, but this is animated, and this is the way that I like to be speaking, because I get more out of it like that. And if I miss things, I kind of beat myself up, but then I go back to it and then I kind of rectify it. So where we're at now, we did the fatty fish, we did the caffeine on the coffee, and we did the blueberries. Okay, so now we're going with turmeric. Now turmeric, the main ingredient of turmeric is cumin, and cumin makes that yellow pigment for that. So if you can imagine Asian foods, so like curries and all that, and they got that yellow, that is the cumin. Now what that does, that's got so many real beneficial properties, and also there's been lots of studies about this. Lots of studies in improving the memory, lots of studies in easing the depression, because what happens is it increases your serotonin, so it's your happy hormone within the head, and your dopamine levels as well. So whenever you achieve something, so that sense of achievement, that dopamine, I've achieved it. What turmeric and cumin does is accelerates that, enhances that, and it helps what we call neuroplasticity. Now neuroplasticity, it helps your cells grow, and turmeric has been found to do that on numerous amount of studies. Now, this is not a hypothesis. This is not me just being general. I'm not making a general statement. There are scientific proven facts that does that. And with the links, so you need me to citate that. Now I can citate that, so I'll go back and then I'll get the actual studies that I've been reading, and then I'll feed them here, if this live will save, because it's the first time, and I've got to be very honest right now about how this is going to end. So we're always concerned about how it's going, but for me, it's how it ends. That's really kind of the most important factor, because this has to be amplified out. So right now, not many, except Charlie, hey, is watching, but still, I am so grateful, dude, and hopefully you're learning something with that. So what did we learn so far? We have got fatty fish, right? So you can just list it down, whatever fatty fish that you like, and we've been through all that as well. We had the caffeine, we had the blueberries, then we had the turmeric, so we're on number 5 now. Number 5, what am I choosing for number 5? I'm going to go for Pumpkin seeds. I've got an extra one, so I've just thought about the extra one that I didn't want to say now. So pumpkin seeds. Why pumpkin seeds? Well, because they've got micro minerals inside of them. The micro minerals inside of them are your things like what you may have heard: magnesium, potassium, iron, and all of those that if I just say those words, you know that they're going to be good for you. Now imagine that being inputted, breaking through that blood-brain barrier, going into that brain and helping that cognition fire up. So remember, this is not about mental health, it's about cognition health, fighting off diseases like Alzheimer's and dementia. These foods proven to help you kind of cognitively direct your way to your concentration and your excellence in your mindset. Now magnesium is a micro mineral which is responsible, believe it or not, for over 300 metabolic processes within your body. So when you ingest magnesium, there's a lot of goodness going in, as well as antioxidants. Remember about the antioxidants that we spoke about? So that's your 5. Let's run through them. 5, right? So you've got your fatty fish. So if you want to list your own fatty fish, now we said salmon, we said sardines, herring, what else is your fatty fish? I'm out of pause. Anyway, so I've said a few. So let me go a bit more with that. Sea bream, sea bass, it's all coming out now. Halibut, really, really good fatty fish as well. Trout, number 1. I said sardines. What else? Mackerel. There it is. There's the one. So when you think salmon, you're going to think mackerel as well. So after that, what have we got? We have got what else did I say? So we said coffee. That's it. So coffee has got the caffeine, it's got the antioxidants. After coffee, then what we did, we said blueberries. Blueberries, phytonutrients, so everything plant-based, really helps brain health in that, keeps the memory alive. Turmeric, which has got cumin as well. And then finally, I went on to pumpkin seeds. So I'm going to hit you with one more, and that's the 6th one. I'm going to check the time, right, because I said 15. Right, I'm almost there. Wicked. Right, so the next one, so I'm going to give you one more extra bonus. Eggs, right? Eggs, just not a superfood, a freaking genius food. Like everything about them. The egg white, full of protein, and that egg yolk, full of vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, everything, lutein, it's amino acids. So you've got amino acids, and you've got 3 branch chain amino acids for those that know much about how the molecular structure works in a protein. And those branch chain amino acids are made out of 3 particular types. So you've got the isoleucine, the leucine, and the valine. Now what eggs have got is got a good dose of lutein in it as well. And you might see in the back of, see I'm running really fast, in the back of your protein powders as well. So if you get a protein powder, a whey protein powder, the ones that are not plant-based, and you look at album, so egg albumin, sorry. So it's egg albumin. So that is the property of the egg that they put into the actual protein powder that can really, really help you, obviously, repair, grow muscle, but also with your cognitive as well. So I've given you 6, and I said 5. And it was 15 minutes, and hopefully I gave you food for thought. And what this is part of is the Social Media Mastery Challenge, and it was raised and hosted by Jamie Alderton, who runs Trainer Mind, who's an astonishing fella, a phenomenal leader in our field, the fitness field. And respect to Jamie. I know that he won't be watching this, but there might be somewhere along his algorithm that might have got me there. And big respect to you, my friend. And that is it. I am out. So hopefully that brought you value. Some comments, you can still leave comments after. And then what I'll do, I'll get the citations, I'll put them in. Okay, peace and love. Tomorrow, 10:30, what we're talking about, how to be nifty at 50 at home. So if you're not 50 years of age, but you know someone who is and beyond that age, then nifty 50 at home. How to be nifty at 50 at home is tomorrow's 10:30, 15-minute food for thought.